Welcome to Friday Beyond Spotlights. My name is Nick Chen, a lawyer and lawmaker. I'm your host for this episode. Today's guest is Naomi Chung. Naomi is the head of XiQu Performing Arts of the West Kowloon Cultural District Authority. Naomi is the director, producer, writer, and performer of Cantonese opera. It is her mission to broaden Cantonese opera in Hong Kong and beyond. Naomi, welcome onto the show.
Hello, Nick. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, it's my honor. Thank you. Naomi, Cantonese opera has been recognized by UNESCO as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity in 2009. Can you tell us a little bit more about the history of Cantonese opera?
It's a long history, and this question is quite academic, but I can just briefly tell you some story about that. We believe in the 18th century, some governors from the northern parts travels down to the southern parts, and they will travel with all the families. It's around 200 or maybe more than 200 people. So at that time, they perform in a language, we call it 中州文.
Right.
A language between Mandarin and Cantonese. I think it's from Qing Dynasty or even earlier, maybe Ming Dynasty, something like that. And so when they come in the northern part, they find that, all that area people is talking or speaking in Cantonese. So gradually, around 1920 to 30, they gradually change some of their programs into Cantonese. So they perform in Cantonese opera, and more people can appreciate or even can watch it, can understand what they're talking about.
So it's the idea to also share the entertainment so that the populace, the people would be happier.
Yes,
under their
more
rule.
Audience, most important.
With digital natives today growing up in the digital era with digital devices with many new distractions, is Cantonese opera popular with young people these days?
We are trying to promote it to the young generation as well. Of course, it's not as popular as it has to be, but we have a lot of organizations, even individuals, passionate people, they try to promote it for us as well. We join hands together and we use a lot of technique, especially nowadays, AI robot or even LED, a lot of QR codes, all those things that young generations always used. We use it so that to get together, closer together, and make it more modernized all the program, just like the tea house theaters. Yeah, we even put in the AI robot perform with our actors. So, I mean, for young generations, they think, wow, this is close to us. It's not some oldies things. So it's important.
The XiQu Center, established in 2019, now celebrates the 5th anniversary.
Yes.
What is the vision of this center and what is it specifically built for?
We want to preserve our local art forms and also develop and promote for all the young artists and promote to all the young audience, so we can continue to have these art forms after 50 years or after 100 years.
As you introduce this art form to the world or maintain it for local people as well, you must have visitors coming in. What if they don't speak Cantonese?
So this is why we create a tea house theater program for them as well. It is a small area, but more closer to all our performers. They can really, in a very short distance, to look at their facial expressions, the costume, and their movement as well. So it gives them more impressions for the art form. And also we have the subtitle. Chinese and English subtitles for the visitors. And this program is an introductory program. That means we put in some Cantonese music and 2 excerpts for the program. So it's very easy taste.
But if some of the original storylines are based on a particular period of time, how do people understand that period of history or backdrop, and to understand and appreciate the story being told?
For the local people, we will start from the educator. That means from the teacher. we collaborate with a lot of universities, and we giving more information and also provide training for the teacher so that they are comfortable to teach their students how to appreciate or even do some little bit singing or movements for Cantonese opera.
Yes.
That will enhance the knowledge of the students to knowing their own local art form. And second, we bring in primary school and secondary school students to enjoy the education program. We special created for them. We have 2 extras. We invite young playwrights to write the new ones, especially for them.
Oh.
So it's more closer to the young generation. We are not using the old script for them.
Is there a particular story? Are they happy stories, sad stories, or all kind?
Of course, we have all spectrum of the comedy, tragedy, or even nowadays, the young script writer, they write a lot of story that so related to nowadays. And this is what we always encourage the young script writers to write more new things, so that we have more new programs for the audience and close to the audience as well.
I've went to some villages where I enjoy with the locals and watch the show, and they have what's called bamboo theaters. Can you maybe talk a bit about what are bamboo theaters, why they built?
Bamboo theaters actually is a movable theater. I mean, they can build it anywhere. That is very special
with
to Hong
sticks.
Kong,
Yes.
with all the bamboo and a big trunk of the tree things. And they never nail it down. They use a kind of method, they tied it up. They can make it in the 3,000 audience sitting auditorium with stage. Because this movable theater, movable stage, a lot of villages in a remote area, they can still perform Cantonese opera. I think this is most important things for them. Sometimes some villages, they invite all young people to come back as a family program.
If I want to be a performer in a Cantonese opera, what are the key skill sets do I need to have?
Actually, we have 4 requirements. 唱做念打. 唱 is singing. I think the voice is the first things you need to consider. If you have a good voice, that's very important.
Yes.
And can you sing? Sometimes you have a good voice, but you can't sing. And 做 is means movement. We have a lot of movement. So if your body is too stiff or cannot have the 一字馬, then I mean, sorry, you might be just a amateur actors then. 念, that means when the time you're talking, you must be a Cantonese opera style talking. We have a lot of poem to perform on the stage. So this is, you have to learn also. The other is the martial art. Martial art. Also need to practice, need to learn. That is a lot. So good memory also is is the requirement. You need to remember a lot of lyrics and movement at the same time.
Do you have a school for Cantonese opera? How can I get to know it?
If you are small, you want to learn, we still have some private school. And then we still have XiQu, master. If you think he or she is good, you want to follow their way, you can go and ask, can I be your student?
Master XiQu.
Master.
Naomi, I really enjoyed the performance at the tea house just now.
Thank you.
I found the costumes are all really intricate.
Those costumes, the oldies costumes, and you can see they are sewing in the hand sewing for the little plastic things on it, so it makes it more bright.
Amazing, stunning actually, very attractive.
And very colorful.
Yes, can you maybe introduce me to background of this costume?
I have the best person for you. our actors of the XiQu Tea House Theatre's actors. And she started learning Cantonese operas at 4 years old.
Hello,
Hello,
my name is
Christy.
Nick.
Hi, Nick.
Christy, hi.
I'm Christy, yes.
Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Maybe could you share with us some background and why is this, in a showcase? Why is this so
Absolutely.
special?
So it's actually a very special piece of costume because it's from the old days. Also, it's worn by a very famous actor, He Feifan.
Oh.
Yes. So you can see that it has a lot of shiny bits on it.
Yes.
So it's actually sewn with sequins on it, which is very different because in the old days it's quite popular to do so, using sequins as patterns and decorations. But nowadays we normally wear hand sewn or machine sewing costumes. So there's a difference there.
Yes.
And we can see that this piece is called a da kao. It's actually worn by military generals and people who has a high status level in the military, like in the army.
Yes.
Right? And then we can see that we have these flags on the back. Normally we have 4 pieces of flags, but we can see that we have 6 pieces
Why
on
is
this
that?
costume. This is very special because during this play called The Prime Minister of 6 Countries, we can see the generals wearing 6 flags. These flags actually represent the orders that they get from these 6 countries.
Got
Therefore,
it.
6 countries equals 6 flags.
Wonderful.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome back to Friday Beyond Spotlights. We have with us today Naomi Chung, the head of XiQu Performing Arts of the West Kowloon Cultural District Authority. Who is Naomi Chung behind the spotlights? In this show and tell segment, Naomi will show us an item that has special meaning or significance to her. Naomi, could you show us that special item?
I have 2 upcycle art pieces introduced to you.
Great.
One is the Lady General, the other is the Male General in Cantonese opera costume.
Let's have a look.
Yes, beautiful.
It is beautiful.
And they are made of wire
Yes.
and with different colors. And this is made by a local artist, Hong Kong artist. And this 2 art piece is the first time he do it in this way. He always do it the cartoon
Cartoon.
figures,
Yes.
but never ever do the Cantonese operas or even XiQu figures. This is the first time.
May I have a look at this one too?
It's
First
a
time.
challenge. It's a challenge to him
What do this artwork remind you of?
because you see, they are the general, so they're always in a fighting mode. So this is my life, always in a fighting mode, and always want to well prepared. Of course, we don't want to fight, but we want to well prepare, get more times to everybody,
Yes.
so that any ad hoc emergency things come up, we have enough times to manage it. So, I mean, nowadays it call it risk management, right?
Right.
So it always reminds me to be good prepared and be a good general, lady general.
What is the secret to success then in this line of work?
Always constantly learn. And be prepared. I think this is very, very important. Don't think this time this performance is easy one, then you just do it casually, relaxing. No. Every performance should be serious. This is and well prepared. This is very important. Maybe this is the last time of your performance.
Treasure it.
I mean, you can't tell. So, well prepared is the main word for us.
And when did you acquire this artwork? And is there a particular point in time that have you that special feeling for you to bring this in today?
Yes, this is a story behind. Because I'm learning art, I don't know building things. And when the days they
the whole
told
center,
me,
right?
they told me the CiQu centers will open in 2015. Then I just so expected, right? So I made these figures in 2014.
1 year before.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I always thinking when the time CiQu Center open, I will put it in my office. But I wait, 2015, not open.
Oh.
And then 2017, not open. So I started to pack it and then put it in the storage.
Right.
And 2019, it's the real things come up. So I will just take it back and then put it in my office. I think this is a kind of hopes to me. And it is quite represents the Cantonese opera things. And then they never have any figure same as this. They are unique.
Was there any risk that the project would fall through, not being able to complete the theater, the center?
When the time they ask, how high is the stage? What kind of chair should we choose? Or table should we make? Then you start thinking, oh, I need to think about that. And then we start to research. We start to make ourselves to understand those things. So we learn. We have learned a lot apart from the art, but related to the art and related to the stage. So I also think, oh, it's good too. I mean, so nowadays a lot of people asking us when they build a new things or they build a new theater, we say you must be careful with how high is your stage or how you put your chair, what is the distance between the stage with the audience. All those things we now know about that, and then we remind our related parties or even some other colleagues at the other countries. So I mean, this also make us learn and make us grow. Although they postpone the opening day, but it still make the whole team learn.
But if you open in 2019, difficult days, I guess very shortly you can't really operate, open for business, and then you had the COVID. So was it worrying? Was it the worst of times, and how did you overcome that with a Lion Rock spirit? What went through your mind?
We are not expecting the COVID-19 lasts so long. So every day we are thinking it's only 1 week or 2 week things. So we prepare. We invite teachers from academy or from the industry to teach our actors and actress or even musicians. And we write new script during that time, prepare for when the stage can start back, then we can perform new things. And then we always have singing classes or singing lessons, and we use the Grand Theater to film a music, 靈界.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, almost same as the music TV, something like that.
Really
and make everyone still working.
Yes.
No stop. And then once the stage comes back, we perform. So we never relax.
Naomi, how long does it take performers to get to the stage? They say, 1 minute on stage means a lot of time of preparation.
Yes.
What is that saying, and what does it mean?
So if you are asking how long a students to become a real actors, might be 10 years or even more than 10 years.
So it's true of that saying, 1 minute on stage requires, a whole year of training.
Thousand years.
Yes. How did you start directing, producing?
Directing stage program, but not Cantonese opera. I started in 21 years old, long time, long time already. But when the time I direct the Cantonese operas on stage, it has been a few years before when we have the Tea House Theatre. I start to direct some of the programs, and also for the experimental theatre, I start the work with the young artists because Cantonese opera not get used to have director.
No directors?
No director.
How does it happen? Learn from the sifu and then do what
Learn
the sifu
from
does.
all performances.
There's no one directing.
No one directing.
I see.
Yeah.
Teamwork.
Same as Jinju, same as old Jinju, but not nowadays Jinju. So Cantonese operas not get used to have directors, but because acting on so many techniques things or technology things, you have to have a directors to manage all that
Different elements
theater
coming
lighting,
together.
scenery,
Yes.
or even the LED pictures, visual things. So I add on some director role on that, and also let the young artists and actresses or even musicians to know that it might need directors.
Naomi, what advice would you give to young aspiring performers?
Never give up. Keep your passion and constantly learn. That is very important. This is what I want to tell the actors now.
Thank you, and great advice. Now we come to the fun segment. We're going to get up close and personal. I'm going to fire some rapid fire questions at Naomi, and please speak what comes to mind. Are you ready?
Okay.
Favorite Cantonese opera star?
方言分
Place to perform?
City Center.
Place to eat?
City Center awesome.
Comfort food?
Ice cream.
Guilty pleasure?
Sleep.
Last thing you search online?
Map.
Favorite place to travel?
長白山
Favorite place in Hong Kong?
慈山 Temple.
Favorite pastime?
Working.
First job?
Lighting designer for 胭脂球
Who do you admire?
羅家英
A hidden talent?
Cooking
Talent you wish you had?
IT technology skill
Proudest moment?
冇啊 No
Nicest thing someone has said to you?
You are too serious.
If you were to write a book, what would it be about?
Comedy of Cantonese opera.
Title of your autobiography?
Enjoy your work.
Qualities you admire most about your parents?
Hardworking.
Biggest fear?
Holiday.
Biggest misconception about you?
Strict and serious person.
Advice to your younger self?
Study harder.
What legacy do you wish to leave behind?
Love for Cantonese opera.
How would you describe Hong Kong?
Blessed.
Thank you for being with us today. I wish you luck and success. We'll see you next time on Friday Beyond Spotlights.